Hey guys, so yesterday I went and saw finally the Equalizer 2. Um, no, I'm late in the game, but like I said, I've been really fucking busy the last couple weeks, and now I'm just catching up on everything. Over the last 3 days, I've been like catching up on every damn movie that's came out over the last few weeks. And so I went and saw Equalizer 2. I liked the first Equalizer. My review for it is somewhere on YouTube. It's in my archives if you want to know it. My opinion on it was full opinion on it was, but I can just give you the short version of it. I liked it. It was a movie I remember vividly because I saw it on a week that I was on a weekend where I was had like one of the worst weeks ever, and I just needed a movie to escape from reality, and that was exactly what I. It was the Equalizer was exactly a movie I fucking needed. That movie I enjoyed the hell out of. I was like, thank you, Denzel Washington and Anton Fuqua, for giving me some escapism from reality because it was fun. I liked it, enjoyed the hell out of that movie. It's been probably about 4 years since I've seen the first movie, so like it wasn't exactly the freshest in my mind going into this movie. But I was like, I don't think I really need to really catch up on it. I mean, I kind of gave myself like a little bit of like a refresher course, like by reading some stuff online about the first one, well, what happened in it. But I was like, all right, I think I got enough detail. And like I said, the new one looked like it was gonna be fun. It was Denzel Washington back in the role that he did in the first one, and Anton Fuqua back making the sequel to I was like, that was kind of fun to see him. Like, I was really glad to see he was directing it, along with Denzel Washington returning back in the role. I was really happy to see that. Like they said, this was the first time Denzel Washington's ever done a sequel to any of his movies, which is really crazy. So I was like, yeah, I'm all on board. I mean, it's been getting middle of the road reviews, but so did the first one. And, yeah, that's pretty much my response. Somebody asked me at work, I said, what I thought about Equalizer 2, and I was like, That's pretty much my response was like, it's been a while since I've seen the first one, but what I remember the first one, I liked a lot better. But I still enjoyed this movie enough. It had problems, a lot of problems, but I didn't hate it. It's sort of like I didn't hate the movie. I found enjoyment out of it. I could say it's like a decent rental. I wouldn't pay like full price unless, like I say, to happen to still have Movie Pass and it still fucking works or something like that, maybe. Or like at a discounted price, like $4 or $5. You wouldn't waste your time. It's a movie that like I was kind of got hindered by me because I was pretty fucking tired when I saw this movie, and I was kind of falling asleep towards the last act of this movie. But that was not really the movie's fault. It was more I was just fucking tired. I'll be positive about the movie. Like the first one, Denzel Washington is the fucking best part about this movie. He's a fantastic fucking actor who, no matter what movie he's in, even if he's in a shitty movie, which this is not a shitty movie, he can carry it. He's charismatic, likable. He can be intimidating when he needs to. He's charming when he needs to be. He's just one of the best fucking actors alive today. Still, like, goddamn it. Like, he can carry a movie just by himself. And this is like a movie where he's just this movie's being carried by his performance. It's still really well directed. Like the action sequences are really well directed. It's like a lot of the action sequences are pretty much similar to what you saw in the first one. Pretty much, like where he would set his watch and stuff like that. It's pretty much prevalent throughout this whole fucking movie. Like he would kill bunch of people in like 30 seconds and then stop his stopwatch. Like it's like happens multiple times in this movie, like it did in the first one. Hell, this movie has pretty much the same almost action set, pretty much almost the same action set piece that that you saw at the end of the first one, where instead of it being in a hardware store and Denzel Washington facing a bunch of thugs in a hardware store, you pretty much have them a bunch of thugs, him fighting a bunch of thugs in the middle of like an abandoned town during a fucking hurricane. Not making that up. And like I said, it's really well done, really well directed. The action set pieces are really well done, really well directed. Like I said, it's well acted. You got fucking people like Melissa Leo and Bill Pullman. I mean, it's not much of a spoiler, but Melissa Leo gets killed off. Like, really, there's no point to her, any of those characters fucking existing other than Melissa Leo. So she could be a plot point to move the fucking story along somewhat. I don't know. One of my main problems with this movie was that really not until probably about an hour. I guess, like I said, I'm going to get into this, like, what I didn't like about this movie. My main problem with this movie is that really not until about an hour into this movie does this story actually fucking start. Does the story actually kick in? Because, like, for the first hour of this movie, it's just nothing but subplots and stuff that has nothing to do with the actual main plot of this movie. Like, the opening train sequence that where he's fighting a bunch of guys on a train. And you see that in trailers, but you could argue that scene could be cut out, but it's kind of does tie in a little bit to what a characters that he meets along the way. But one thing that fucking did drive me nuts, that scene that you see in the trailer where where he is a Lyft driver and he picks up a girl from a hotel or like a rich hotel who's all fucked up on something, and then he goes back to pretty much beat the shit out of the guys that did this to her. And it, like, from the trailers, that it makes it look like that is what pretty much escalates everything that happens in the rest of the movie. No, that has nothing to do with anything. It's never mentioned again. You don't know what happened to the girl. It's just, it happened. It's like, that could have been fucking cut out. There was no point in that scene existing whatsoever. Like I said, it has nothing to do with the rest of the plot. It has nothing to, like, there's like multiple times like throughout this movie, like, that could have been easily cut out. It's like, it felt like there was a paper thin plot, and they just kind of, like, to make it a 2-hour movie, they just added a bunch of different subplots that have nothing to do with each other. And it's just like, ugh. Like, there's a whole subplot with the old man. Like, pretty much the first hour is just him helping random people, and that's it. Like I said, not until the last hour does it really start the story to start to kick in. Like, there's that subplot with the old man and his, where he's a Holocaust survivor, and he and his sister were separated during the Holocaust in different concentration camps, and basically it is resolved, but it's a subplot. It is resolved. Like, at one point, you're like, I almost forgot that fucking subplot was a thing, but it does get resolved at the end. But it's like, that could have been cut out. There's like so many stuff that could have been cut out. Like, it's just that dominate the movie that have nothing to do with the rest of the fucking movie. It's just like a fucking, like, it felt like a television series almost, which this movie is based off a television series. Like, a bunch of, like, stuff that you would see in, like, an hour-long episode, like, mixed in together. Like, a bunch of stories, like, they would see, like, an hour-long episode of a show, like, put into one fucking movie. And then, like I said, not until the very last hour you get to see the actual plot. And it's one of those movies, this is the second movie I've seen in the last 3 fucking days, where there's a villain that as soon as that's, like, supposed to be mysterious and you don't know who it is, and it's one of those times where as soon as you see a certain character, you go, that's the bad guy. That's the bad guy. That's the bad guy. Oh, look, he's the bad guy. Oh, I didn't see that coming. Huh. Like, wow, I didn't see that coming. I'm like, oh, yay. Yippee. It's like, I hate that it's like so fucking predictable nowadays. Like, I've been seeing too many movies to this point that like, I can predict that shit. Like, as soon as like you see a certain character, you go, that's the bad guy. Bam. And I was right. It's in this movie you're introduced to a character, you're like, you know he's gonna be the bad guy, and I'm like, yep. This is a movie I don't have much to talk about. Like, it's alright. It's like I said, I remember liking this first one a lot better, but you know that's about it. It's not bad. Like I said, it's carried by Denzel Washington. You could probably miss the first hour and you'd be all right, because the second hour is when there's an actual plot to the movie. Yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about this fucking movie. I didn't get any new trailers in front of it, so I do got a couple more reviews I gotta do that I saw of movies that I saw today. But until then, I'll talk to you guys later.